Hey guys, this is Connor from Futures Analytica. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a trading recap video. This is a new style of video that I might start doing bi-weekly, and it essentially is me recapping the trades that I took during the day. I'm going to show you guys the exact entries I took, exact exits, why I took them, and hopefully this gives you guys some insight into how I trade this strategy and might make you guys a better trader. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these videos down in the future, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, let's take a look at that entry and see how we knew to take that trade. So if you look at the bottom, we did see a consecutively increasing delta on the sell side. We were also during a downtrend during pre-market. That's super important for trades like these. If you guys are entering just on imbalances, you need to make sure it matches up with the trend and the delta. And then finally, we did see that triple stacked, actually quadruple stacked imbalance during this trade, and that just lined it up for us for a really good entry. And that happened right as the market opened. So we knew that there were a ton of sellers who were trying to jump into this trade. So we knew that we should probably keep our stop pretty tight, but we jumped into it anyway, hoping we'd get a pretty nice fill. So let's see what happens. Alright you guys, looks like we finished that trade up $650. So let's take a look at why we stayed in that trade. Delta did continue to stay negative throughout pretty much that entire process until we decided to exit, but it did lower all the way down to negative 23 at this little blue bar. However, we stayed in it due to the fact that there is a really strong downtrend. Pullbacks are going to happen and Delta did not become blue. This bar right here was a little bit concerning, but Delta stayed negative, so we held through. The bar after that did catch my attention, but there was nothing really that warranted exiting that trade. What finally made me exit the trade was after we saw that really quick movement downward, we saw a very fast and jerky movement upward with a super strong delta. We also saw that quadruple stacked imbalance, which is the final straw of why we should take profit on that trade. We did finish $650 up on that trade, so I'd say that was pretty good for the first trade of the day. So on my second trade of the day, I did make a little bit of a mistake. I do want to point it out to you guys. I should have been paying attention to this right side level right here. I didn't spot that absorption or support line, and I should have waited for it to really break through that price line before I entered short. I didn't make that observation, and I entered anyway, but the reasons why I entered that trade, aside from that, were solid, so I do want you guys to pay attention for this. So once again, as you can see, I did not wait for it to break that white line that I pointed out earlier, which showed the support level. Other than that, let's take a look at the delta on the bottom. We did have continuously negative delta, even compared to that blue bar, which was a good sign that we were going to see a pretty big pullback. I didn't catch it early enough. I should have really entered at the top near that imbalance, but I just wasn't confident enough. We did see this imbalance right here where we entered short. That was our entry condition. Looking back, seeing this support level, we really should not have entered this trade. But if that support level was not there or it broke all the way through it, we would have entered and we probably would have been successful. Or at least it would have been a good trade. We also decided to put our stop loss at that absorption level on the left side as indicated by the 0. Not really much to say about the exit of that trade because it was automated and we did set that in the beginning and I told you guys why, but we lost about $125 on that trade. Really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. I think we managed that risk pretty well given how bad the entry was. Alright, for this trade, we have 3 very strong reasons to enter this trade. So there was a really fast and sharp downturn of the market where it formed a pretty steady downtrend. However, we can see that gradually did taper off as it bounced off of those absorption levels that I pointed out right there. Those are indicated by the zeros at the bottom of those price points. We also have a delta divergence. Alone, if we were looking for a bearish trade, this wouldn't really mean anything. We couldn't enter based off of just that and an absorption, or an imbalance, I mean. But we do have that really nice absorption level, so we are going to be looking for a positive imbalance, which we did see. I was a little bit late on this entry. However, we got a pretty nice fill. The market was really volatile today, so I actually got filled 6 or 7 ticks up, which is quite a bit. However, we were profitable on this trade. All right, we finished that trade $300 positive. So the reason why we exited is because although Delta was positive and it continued on the upward trend, we saw a really sharp downturn in price, followed by another downturn in price with a pretty neutral Delta, so as well as an imbalance. So I decided to just cut my winner right there and take the win. All right, let's take a look at the trade thesis for this trade. So we still have that absorption level marked from our previous trade. So that is the same y-axis area that we have marked. So we're still going based off of that. As you can see, it bounced right off of that level. We also have some previous absorption about 7 bars back. We have 2 0 levels. We are going to be placing our stop loss right around there. And then we finally have that matching Delta price that we want to look for as confirmation. We enter on a triple stacked imbalance. This is a textbook entry of everything you want to look for in a trade. There's no red flags, nothing. We have that really, really high confidence triple imbalance that we want to enter on. And now all we have to do is wait. That was an example of a perfect trade. We capitalized on that entire movement. We stayed in it as long as we could, and we finished the trade up $850 with super low risk. We only were risking like 10 to 20 ticks on that due to our stop loss being so tight, and we rode it all the way until we saw this absorption level at the top, a negative imbalance, and a decrease in Delta. All right, you guys, I do think I'm going to be cutting the session right there today. It looks like we made $1,600.25 today. So honestly, really great session, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in seeing more of this type of content, please let me know. This is a new video style for me. I'm just learning it, so I do apologize for any janky infographics you guys might have seen. If you guys are interested in the chart that I'm trading in the video, check out the AnalyticaChart3. It'll be linked in the description, and it works with any NinjaTrader license type, and it is definitely the most affordable way to get into the space. I'll be releasing weekly content from here on out, so subscribe and turn on notifications if you guys want to stay updated on trading tutorials and whatnot. You guys have a blessed Tuesday, and happy trading.